All right, boys and girls, for our reading lesson today and our reading skills, we are on Unit 10. We are on Lesson 15. So we are going to be reading some wiggle phrases and you're going to act them out. We are going to do a sight word review. We are going to read a new Scott story today. All right, let's get busy. All right, so your job is to read the wiggle phrase. Remember, a wiggle phrase is not a whole thought. So there's no capital letter, no punctuation. So read it, press pause, and go ahead and act it out, okay? So press pause. Good. So what did you act like? Yeah. If you were acting like a snake, you were slithering probably. All right, let's try another one. All right, press pause. Okay, so after you press pause, what did you do? Yeah, I could see you. You were smiling at me. Thanks, guys. I love your smiles. Let's try another one. All right, so you're going to read the wiggle phrase and then press pause and do it. Press pause. So when you added that, what was your answer? Yeah, 6. That was an easy peasy one, wasn't it? All right, read it and go ahead and do it. So press pause so you can do it. So yeah, were you jumping around the place, or were you yawning and stretching and acting really, really tired? Let's try 2 more. All right, go ahead, read it, pause. Yeah, I saw you. You were waving. Thanks for waving at me. All right, last one. Press pause so you can act it out. All right, so how were you acting? You were acting. Oh, yeah, oh, I'm scared. All right, let's move on to some tricky words. You guys worked well with that. Okay, so we are going to start seeing this tricky word, which we already know more in our stories now. Okay, so it's actually going to be introduced in some of our Scott stories. So what's our word? Right, our word is buy. And what's making this word tricky? Let's segment it. Ready? I. Do you see a letter I here? Yeah, me neither. I see a Y. So I would say, if I was decoding that, knowing my sounds, I would say baya, baya. But it's not baya. It's buy. All right, so here's what we're going to do with our sight words. You're going to say the word. You're going to press pause and tell somebody near you a sentence with that word in it. Okay? This is really super getting you ready for first grade. Remember, your sight words, your tricky words are the glue that holds sentences together. You can decode lots of words because you know so many sounds. But tricky words cannot be decoded, boys and girls. We've known that. You can't segment them out. You can't blend them out. You need to know them in your brain. All right, so press pause and tell somebody near you a sentence for buy. And that would mean like she is by the pool, not like I'm going out to buy groceries. All right, press pause and give a sentence. All right, read it and give a sentence. Press pause. Read it, press pause, and give a sentence. All right, read it, press pause, and give a sentence. Ooh, Layla, that was a great sentence for the word there. Let's do another one, boys and girls. Okay, read it, press pause, and give your grown-up a sentence. All right, read it, press pause, and give somebody near you a sentence. Yeah, and you didn't use that other word, witch, like meaning like a Halloween witch, right? Yeah, I knew you didn't. Yeah, you may have said something like, oh, which flavor ice cream do you like? All right, let's try another one. Read it, press pause, and tell a sentence. Read it, press pause, and tell somebody right near you a sentence for that word. Read it, press pause, and tell somebody a sentence. All right, read it, press pause, and tell somebody a sentence. Come on, read it, press pause, and tell somebody a sentence. You guys did a really good job on your sight words, okay? And when you can take that word and put it into a sentence, you are really proving that you know what those sight words mean. So we're going to move on to a new Scott story, and we're going to hear and see these two words in there, okay? So let's read the first one. Right, rent, okay? So rent means that, like, you're going to pay somebody something to use something for a while, okay? You're going to rent it. Like you might go to Redbox and rent a movie, okay? You don't get to keep it. You pay a little money and then you give it back. And the last one here, the bottom one, is the word, strip, okay? So when I think about that, and in our story is going to be about a plane ride. And when I think about a plane ride and I hear the word strip, the area where the plane has to travel and has to actually drive on before it can take off is called the runway strip. Okay, so we're going to hear both of those words in our story. All right, so I am in our table of contents. All right, I want you to find the story that is on page 24. And put your finger on it. What's it called? Yeah, the plane ride. All right, let's go to page 24. Okay, so again, I'm going to ask you to point to the words as I read, okay? So make sure you're following along with your finger. Use that finger. That really helps you stay in your spot. All right, the plane ride. Scott's dad rents a plane. He asks Scott and Meg to ride with him in the plane. The kids smile and nod. The kids get in the plane. They click on their belts. Then their dad takes off. The plane picks up speed. By the time it gets to the end of the strip, it lifts up. All right. There we go. They are definitely lifting up. All right, let's see what happens. I wonder what they see from the airplane. All right, keep using your finger. The kids can see lots of things from the plane. That's Big Lake, says Scott. But it's not so big from up here, is it? It seems like it's just a frog pond. What's that? Meg asks. That's a truck, says Scott. A truck, says Meg. But it's the size of a dot. Scott and Meg smile. It's fun to ride in a plane. Well, there they are up in the plane with their dad. So what did Scott say the big lake looked like? Yeah, he thought it looked like a frog pond. Why do you think he thought it looked so little? Ooh, good idea, yeah. Because they're really up high and things look a lot smaller from up there. What was something else they saw besides the big lake? What did Meg see? Yeah, she saw a truck. What did she say the truck looked like? Yeah, it looked like a dot. Wow, that would be really neat to take a plane ride, wouldn't it? Alrighty, let's take a look at your work today. Here's your work today. So normally, if we were in school and you took this home, you would be cutting these up and reading them. So what you're going to do today, you have to use the microphone because you can't cut up what's on the computer, right? All right, so you're going to read each of these words into the microphone, all right? Do not have your grown-up tell you what the word is. If you make a mistake, grown-ups, what you can just do is ask them to try again. You can remind them, grown-ups, about the vowel sound in it. You can remind them to look at the magic E and think about what the long sound would be. You can remind them when we see two E's together, it's making an E sound. All the other sounds, you know, scholars. You know all of these sounds, all of them in here now. All right, so if you're making a mistake, boys and girls, don't worry. And grown-ups, just remind them to try again. Encourage them, say, keep trying, keep trying. All right, we learn from our mistakes, boys and girls, okay? All right, so you're going to read each of the words into the microphone. And then when you're all done the words, send it to your journal. All right, I want to hear you reading them, okay? Not your grown-up. Your grown-up already knows these words. All right, I can't wait to hear your great work.